that noise in the background. I'm having a day of it. I want to share my hack with you. Look! I am just getting ready to go and collect my nephew because he may only be 8 years of age, but he's in on the thrift. There's a cute little farm shop that I'm after finding, but it has like a little antique mini shop next to it. So we're gonna go and get food and do that. Now while I am getting ready, I have some new goodies from Wild that I want to share with you. And Valentine's Day is just around the corner. And I think these are gonna be the perfect gift for you or for somebody else. So let me share Wild's limited edition heart cases. And they're available in 2 gorgeous prints. So cream with the red hearts like the one I have here, and then you can get white with black hearts. And I also have the little body wash case as well. This is all refillable, and you can also get them personalized as well. I have my name on that one, and I think I have my name on my refillable case as well. So the aluminium cases are durable and designed to last for years. They are also completely refillable. Good for you and the planet. You can pair them up with Wild's natural deodorant, body wash or lip balm, making it a gift that's as thoughtful as it is practical. With the deodorants as well, not only do they smell amazing, very easy to refill, but they also provide 24-hour protection to keep you feeling fresh and confident all day long. Wild's products make self-care feel luxurious, from their silky body washes to their perfectly kissable lip balm. This trio is the ultimate way to celebrate love, whether it's for a partner, a friend, or even a gift for yourself. Wild was founded by 2 childhood friends with a mission to eliminate single-use plastics, and they've quickly become the UK's #1 refillable natural deodorant. Everything is vegan and cruelty-free and made with natural ingredients that don't compromise on performance. It's been about 2 years since I made the switch to Wild, and I have reduced my use of single-use plastic. A simple change in my routine has had such a positive impact on the environment, proving that small sustainable swaps really do add up over time. And of course, I have a gift for you. Only for a limited time, get 20%. I got you a 20% discount code off all of the Wild's products on the website. Scan the QR code that you're going to see here and use the code DAINTY at the checkout to get 20% off the full range. And also that includes, I know some of you absolutely loved the Emma Bridgewater B case. There's also the star one as well. So that is the refillable lip balm there that I just popped on. So your discount code includes everything. I'll also pop a link in the description and pin it in the comments as well to make it easier for you to shop. Do let me know if you do treat yourself. And now that I am all moisturised and smelling delicious, it's time to go thrifting. Myself and my nephew did a bit of antiquing and thrifting today, and we found the cutest shop that was in a farm. We went to Newbarn Farm, which is just on the N2 as if you're heading towards Ashbourne, and it's actually quite near the Ratoath Garden Centre. I know a couple of you guys follow the gardener who looks after the garden there. So if you wanted to get a few places in one, you could visit here and then head to that garden centre. So in the big farm shed where there's actually a farm shop, you'll find Danny's Curiosity Shop. Now it does open Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So if you do go midweek, you will have to make an appointment and he may not be there. So just to give you a heads up in case you are heading out Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And at the time of filming, he opens 12 to 4. We actually got coffee, well, hot chocolate for my nephew in the coffee shop that's there. The coffee shop does like cakes and toasties. We were looking for a hot breakfast and we were a bit disappointed that they didn't have one. But I know that you can get a hot breakfast down in the Ratoath Garden Centre. It was a Sunday morning when we were on our little adventure and we were hungry. So inside Danny's Curiosity Shop, there was just so much to see. Now, I did pick up one item, and can you guess what I got? Of course, I will tell you later on in the video. But pause the video at the minute mark, make a note of it, and let me know what you think I bought. There was just so much to rummage. It's quite a small space as well, so you have to kind of just walk around and rummage. But if you're like me, I love the rummage. There was a lot of replica items as well as old ones. So this is somewhere you could definitely get lost for a good 20 minutes and having a rummage. when we were on our little thrifting adventures today, I stumbled across so much Old Country Rose by Royal Albert. And some days when I'm out, it's always typical if you're looking for something you can find it. But I saw so much Old Country Rose. We did go to a car boot sale, which you'll see later, and I saw even more. So I'm like, is it a sign? I have been collecting New Country Rose by Royal Albert, but now I'm like, maybe I need some Old Country Rose in my life. If you're looking for places to thrift around the Dublin area, I put together a compilation video full to the brim of car boot sales, markets, salvage yards. So I'll make sure to pop a card to that video, because I don't know if is anyone else like me where you watch some thrifting videos on YouTube and you're like, oh, I wish we had them kind of things here, because a lot of the videos I watch, they could be in Canada or America, but actually we do have more places like that than you think. So if you need some inspiration, I think there's about like 15 or more places that I mention in that video. So I'll pop a card and you can check that out. In the description for that thrifting compilation video, I have all of the locations listed. So just check that out and you'll find more places to visit. In this same building, right next to the antique shop, there is a farm shop that has loads of fresh veg and fruit. They also had honey and some cut comb, and it was from local beekeepers. I'm hoping this year I get some honey from my bees. But anyway, if you're looking for somewhere to get some fresh veg as well, because I know it can be hard to find farmers markets, but it was full to the brim and it was nice and busy. Bearing in mind it was January as well. I imagine during the summer it's super busy with people getting fresh veg and fruit. After we visited Danny's Curiosity Shop, we went to the Fairyhouse Market, which is at the Fairyhouse Racecourse. This market is held every Sunday except for race days. So obviously if there's a race meeting, just double check that it's going to be on if you do plan on visiting on a Sunday. Now we went here because at the back, so when you first walk in, there's more kind of commercial markets. So you have like proper big stalls, a few dodgy counterfeit goods, lots of tools and things like that. I didn't film any of that. But if you walk to the back where the actual racetrack is, here's where you'll find people that are doing the car boot section. So it's more just people like you and me just doing a car boot, selling off old bits from their house. And this is the section we came for. It's free to enter the Fairyhouse Market, but if you are in your car, you will have to pay €2 parking. And there is coffee stands and coffee trucks, and there's actually a lovely little donut truck as well. You can smell it. And my nephew got one of those waffles with chocolate and sprinkles on top. So we had a little rummage around to see if there was any goodies, and here's where I saw more Old Country Rose. Now I didn't ask for a price, which I'm kind of raging I didn't, because it would have been nice to see how much it's selling for nowadays. But my nephew did well and he got a couple of little Lego men, so all was not lost. Now, this poor lampshade has seen better days. I don't know if you can, oh sorry, there is some paint that I spilt on it, and then if I move it around, hiding at the back is, I think it's a soot mark and also another dribble of paint. So I'm going to take this off and we can see if we can give it a little facelift. I have this lamp years. Oh, how do I unscrew you? This lamp used to be in the living room. Here we go. I don't know if you can see, I did try and wipe off the paint when the paint got on it. There's also, I'll have to just sand that bubble. But I'm going to recover this with some fabric. And I've ordered fabric for another 2 set of lampshades. And yeah, I'm going to try and cover this with fabric. Yeah, that's a combination of paint. And this looks like soot. Or it feels like chalky, so I'm going to assume it's maybe soot from the fire, but I don't know how it ended up on the wall. The only thing I could think of is if I was wiping it down and I had dirt or soot on my cloth, maybe. It's also some lovely dusty cat hair on top. But instead of throwing it out, I think this would be a good little lampshade to experiment trying to fix it. So off camera, I just had a little experiment with seeing how this, I want to do a bit of a pleat. Now I'm using stripe, and the way the stripe, I have loads of the stripe in length, but I don't want to do the stripe going that way around. I want to do it that way. But anyway, that's a me problem, not a you. So what I'm using is, I just have these little sewing clips, which will be handy to clip as the glue is drying. Ideally, I think a glue gun is going to be better, but I am out of glue sticks. But I do have this Mod Podge that can be used on fabric. I have my fabric scissors, and then I just have my little pencil case full of, oh, crystals. But little, these are paper clips, so if you don't have little sewing clips, you can use these paper clips. I'm going to iron the fabric, but I'm going to have to be careful with the stripe because already I'll have to make sure they're not going diagonal. So I may have to move the pleats out, and I'm probably going to use 2 separate pieces of fabric. I don't have enough going the way I want, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm going to give it a bash. And then also to finish it off, I'll cut off the excess, and then I will use either a bit of trim, like a bit of bias to go around the top, or a bit of ribbon to finish it off. Something I noticed and learned from doing this lampshade is I'm using a thicker fabric. If you have a thinner fabric like a poly cotton or lightweight cotton, you'll get away with using a liquidy glue that I'm doing and clamping it. If your fabric is on the thicker side like mine, definitely a glue gun is going to be a better option. Go to shop, get yourself some glue sticks if you were like me and you ran out. Now this glue, when I clamped it, it did dry, and I just had to top it up with some of the glue gun the next day. You'll see later on when I stick some trim on top. Also, don't worry if you don't have specific fabric glue, as I recently, when I was sewing some bears, I used PVA glue to attach felt to the back of the cotton teddy bear, and the PVA glue actually worked. So if you don't have fabric glue and your fabric is not heavy, but you do have some PVA, you could use the PVA. Now you might notice that I'm kind of struggling a bit with this material. It is quite thick, so when I'm trying to fold it back on itself to get the pleats, it's just a little bit fiddly. So if you're making one as well and your material is on the thicker side and you're also feeling that it's a bit awkward, just take some extra time to try and get the folds nice and neat. It is getting really dark now, but that was, I suppose, timed nicely because this glue needs to dry, and I've just left it upside down and I've coated all of these joints with more fabric glue. But to be honest, if you have some glue sticks in your glue gun, this is going to be way quicker and probably, I don't know, last longer. But I'm going to let that dry before I trim off the excess. But I'm going to leave it, it's like, what time is it now? It's getting dark outside anyway, so I'm going to leave it for the evening, and then hopefully this glue sticks. I don't think my glue choice was a good one. I think I should have used something that had more of an instant grab. This, I'm just going to hope and light a little candle that it dries, but it's currently upside down as well. Okay, not looking too bad today. I have gone to the shop and I did get some glue sticks because the glue I used last night, it did actually work once I let it set, but very time consuming. Now, I trimmed the fabric on the inside. Very hard to get it neat, and the fabric is quite thick. I'm afraid if I use a blade to cut it along, it may pierce this, but to tidy this up, I'm after just cutting a piece of fabric very dodgily, and I've just ironed in the 2 sides. So I've made like a strip of bias binding, and I'm gonna put this around the edge, and I made it a bit thick so that it will hopefully hide my dodgy bits. So Let's see if this works. Now, if you're not arsed making your own piece of bias binding, you can purchase it already made and folded over in most sewing shops will have loads of bias, or you could use a nice big thick piece of ribbon. I'm just trying to think of anybody who's new to kind of sewing or fabric crafts and wants to just give this a go. And you want to keep it nice and easy, you can purchase it in the shops. I found it was easier to glue one side at a time. So I did the outside, glued that, and then folded it over, and I glued the inside. The inside is not perfect, but my head was not in the game today. But take your time when doing this. Even though it seems like this is a small project, I found it to be quite fiddly. I'm just tucking in this, oh, I don't know if you can see. I'm tucking in this last bit here. I've just folded it back on itself to stick it in. But as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, I don't think it looks too bad on camera, but it's definitely not as easy as I thought it was going to be in my head. But in my defense, and I don't often use this excuse, I am dripping glue everywhere. I did wake up on my period this morning, so if we could just blame my lack of cognition or coordination or being able to do this nice on my vagina. Okay, I'm gonna just wipe this down of all the little glue gun strings. I don't think it's dreadful. Pleats could be a bit better. Could be a bit tidier, but you know what? I don't think it's dreadful, but it definitely looks handmade. I'm going to let those little glue dots that I dribbled dry and then pick them off. And then yeah, I'll show you what this looks like on the lamp. Also, before I show you my lamp, I was in getting pet food this morning and I decided to treat them to some catnip sacks. They're after being outside. They did have a good catnip session. These are the little catnip sacks. They're like, I think they're $4.99. Actually no, I think they're only $2.99. The bigger one is $4, and they're in Maxi Zoo. And Blondie and Pepsi used to love them, but now that Bjug and Bon, I think when they're kittens it doesn't work, but when they get a bit older, now Bon seems to like it a bit more than Bjug does, but they're a little bit spaced out today. Now my lamp. From a distance to an untrained eye, doesn't look that bad. Now when we get a little bit closer, hang on, I had to put the best side forward, which we always do in life. Now, do you know what? I don't think it looks too bad. And I'm in my pattern contrast clashing era. If you saw the living room video, I was doing like a bit of gingham with a bit of print. So I did the stripe here. I'm being conscious, sorry, not to stand on the cat that you can hear rolling around. So I know I have stripe wallpaper on the other wall, but I thought this would be nice next to this in the nook. I got that material in the market in France that time, I think like 2 years ago, and I brought it home. Now, if you look closely, you'll see that the bias on the top is a bit wibbly. It is a bit wonky. Now, I could pull it off and redo it. I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm probably not going to do it. But I'm going to show you my imperfections, because sometimes, do you know what? It was easier tiling the bathroom that time than it was trying to make this. I found that this was quite fiddly, I'm not sure. But I think it's turned out okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try make another one. I do have, I'm trying not to stand on per Bon. So I do have these lampshades here, and this one is actually broken. I don't know if you can see just there. I have to fix this anyway. And I was going to I have a green gingham fabric that's the same shade of this, but I was thinking maybe a frilly one, I don't know. But I'll try and make another lampshade, but I definitely need to practice them. They're quite fiddly, very fiddly. After finding, well, I hope, because it's in the box, I think I'm after finding the perfect, if you can hear the cats in the back. They're in the box, I have to assemble them. I think I found the perfect light for the bedroom. I was saying in the bedroom makeover videos that I wanted to get a nice kind of like brass light. Okay, let's have a little look. So this is a ceiling light. Nice little, hang on, I'll take the plastic off them off camera because I know that noise can be annoying. Have a little look. Ooh, and these were only 70 euros. I say these because I got two because I'm gonna do this one in the bedroom and then I got one for just the landing, that tiny stairs landing that I have. Now I hope these are not gonna have too much of a drop. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I think this will be okay. I don't have high ceilings. I don't have such luxury. Well, okay, that's this on. For a high ceiling. But I wanted something that looked a little bit vintagey. Okay, let's grab our lamp. Bioga's gonna get in the box. While I'm screwing this on, I want to share my hack with you. So, there was, well, you probably already know this, but it was new for me. There was a lampshade I really wanted. Yuck. There was a lampshade I really wanted. And it was like, I think maybe 140. And I was like, you know, it was Christmas time. Do I want to spend that? That lamp was out of stock then. And I was like, oh no, I should have bought it. Typical. And it was similar to this, but it had 5 of these on it, 5 shades. This has 3. So what I did was, I went onto just the Google app. Like I use Safari on my phone, but if you use like the Google app, I think you can use other apps as well if Google isn't your thing. And there's a picture icon in the search bar. So when you type in like to Google something, there's a picture thing. So I uploaded the screenshot and hit search and I clicked on images and it showed me like other like similar versions. Did I put this on right? It showed me similar light fittings as well as that one. And that's where I came across this one. And this was cheaper. So for the price of one lamp, I was able to buy 2 of them. So this is, I'm looking at my ceiling right now. It's going to be the perfect height. So I can't have, well not that I can't have, but I can't have chandeliers that have a big drop as beautiful as they are because I don't have the ceiling height, but also I was thinking, and not to be crude about it, but my bed is here, the light shade is above it. If I start doing somersaults in my bed and I have like a chandelier, it's gonna be like ding-a-linging all over my bed. So like the drop can't be, I can't have a drop is what I'm trying to say, or you'll hit your head if you're in my bed. And I won't be able to do somersaults or cartwheels or backflips in my bed. So this is the perfect ceiling height. When I was doing a bit of secondhand shopping and car booting, I was keeping an eye out. But the thing with getting a secondhand light fitting is I do worry about the electrics, and I know that's probably not something to worry about, but I am always worried, like, does it need to be rewired again or something. Now, speaking of wiring, because this is one of those where, yeah, it's gonna have to, that'll go into the hole, stick it up. That'll go onto the ceiling, stick it up, stick it on. It's the wiring thing is here. I've actually signed up to go on a 1 day, well, it says 1 day, but it's like a 6-hour course for plumbing and electrical. It's in the local school. I don't know what I'll learn at the plumbing and electrical 1 day course, but I'm hoping I'll learn how to wire a light or a plug or a switch. If I ring my brother, we know from past experience and videos, he will tell me, he will just ring over, he will try and direct me over the phone and say, girl, green into blue into what is it? It's blue, green, brown, isn't it? Now you see, this only has blue and brown. Like the other thing, it's missing an earth, which is the green, is it? I don't know. I can't remember. Remember we did the plug downstairs for the cooker hood. Touch wood, that hasn't exploded. It was alright. So this only has, or maybe the green is in that light fitting. Or is the green only when it's like something else? Does the light switch only need a blue and a brown? Live and neutral. L and N. Anyway, I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. Worst case scenario is, if my brother won't do it, I'll ask my friend's dad, or I'll do it myself. Well, I'll see how my little course goes, but that is the light fitting that I got. And I think it'll just add a bit of bronze brassiness. I have my bougie gold vent, and I just think it'll be a nice light up there. And I love these little lampshades. I've seen little lampshades like this, and they've had like little frills on them. I think they will be really cute. So I'm liking this. So let me know if that works for you with that, like Google searching it. You have to be careful. You can do it with plants, where you put the plant image into the Google and it will give you similar ones. But for plants, it's not always right. It will give you like different options that are contradicting. But when it's home decor, you'll find like similar things. Or even if it's like a dress or a coat, sometimes if I see a really nice coat, even if it's like when I'm watching something on telly, take a picture of it, stick it into the picture icon thing. I'm not explaining it well. My brain is mush today. And it will show you like alternatives. So that's how I found this lamp. I bought it from like Oxendale's, which I thought was a clothing shop, but it turns out they had these. So that's how I found these, was from sticking the image of the lamp that was sold out. And the lamp that was sold out was really pretty. I think it was worth the $140 it was, but anyway, now I have two. And here is this bit of fabric that I got in Guineas. My Irish viewers will know who Guineas is. Little iconic shop in, well, there's one I remember years ago being brought to it in town. Is Guineas still in town? It's off O'Connell Street. But I'm after getting, I think this was only €4 a metre. So I'm after getting this ginghamy bottle green. It kind of looks a bit bluey on camera, but it is more green. And I wanted to do a little gingham shade. Not one that's glued on. I was going to sew a shade so that it could just slip on over it, and that I can take it off when I'm bored of it, or yeah, when I'm bored of it and I want to change the green. So I was going to measure the panels out and stitch a cover that could go over with a bit of trim on the bottom. I'm not going to do it today, but I thought it might be a fun way to make a non-permanent lampshade cover so that it can be removable. Because there's nothing wrong with these shades. I like that they're plain. I just need to glue the little arm that I broke in this. I didn't break it, one of the cats broke it. But yeah, I got that for like €4. I think as well, if I have some left over, it'll make a nice cushion. If you saw the living room video, I was making cushions. So yeah, I got that. And also, I need to show you, oh, that noise in the background. I'm having a day of it. That noise was a box coming off the bed that the cats just pulled. This was in the lamp box. I must actually take the instructions and see what this is for. I'm gonna go down to the kitchen and show you what I got when me and Jack went antiquing. We are in the kitchen and the item I got at the market is here. So if you guessed, girl, did you get that earthenware jug? Yes, I did. I didn't get the Royal Albert Old Country Rose. And I'm kind of, the reason why is space. So I have my teacup cabinet upstairs. I have 2 cabinets in the living room. I could make space for an Old Country Rose collection because I think it's timeless. And I'm in my green era and neutral, bit of warmth era. And I think the richness of the Old Country Rose with that red would be nice. Maybe I'll make a space. Maybe I'll make a space and we shall see. Now, I did get this jug. Now, it's not, oh, Bjug. Of course Bjug is sitting on the counter where she's not supposed to be. So I got this, there is a stamp on the back. Oh, I don't know what it says. But because it didn't have, there was other earthenware jugs that had, you know, like a stamp on it of like a brand. I love the ones, but they can be expensive, and it has like Dublin on it. And it's like, I think it has, I don't know if it's like a whiskey or something. But if you come across the ones that have like a stamp on the front, they can be quite expensive. But there's nothing on this. Well, there's just that one tiny little stamp there, see it? But like there's nothing on the base. But I love these. I'm a little bit obsessed with the earthenware. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Earthenware. And I have the vase one that I got in the charity shop like 2 years ago. I have that in the window at the minute with some flowers. But I love this. Now I have it in the kitchen for the minute, but you can put it anywhere. Like, could be nice in a bathroom as well, giving me jug vibes. So yeah, I picked that up. Now I put that back. And also, I have a cute teapot as well. Hang on. Now up here, I collect cat teapots as well. I know, it's quite niche. And, well no, I only have 3 cat teapots. Well, we'll get to it. The cute story I wanted to share was my granny had this china set, and like I was born in 1988, she passed it also in 1988, so I was only born, and I think she may have passed away like a month later, so there's literally one picture of the two of us. But I feel like we're spirit, you know, we're cut from the same cloth, because she had little cat ornaments. So these are hers. There's no like mark on them. Like this one just has a sticker and it says like made in Taiwan. Now this pot, you'll never guess what I found. So this is one of those little, I'm gonna get the camera to zoom in on. So this is my granny's one, and she had the full, I remember there was a full plate service for this that she had in a cabinet, and I don't remember what happened to it. I think maybe one of my aunts took it, and they may have took it and kept it safe. I wonder where it's gone. But yeah, it's just like a little teapot, and then it just has a stamp on the bottom that says made in China. And they're just 2 things that I took with me from my parents' house when I came here. So just those little cat ornaments and the little cat teapot. So these are my granny's. Now, when I was at the Fairyhouse Market, it wasn't the Sunday just gone. It was, I'm gonna say maybe November time. You'll never guess what I found. And it was €2. Look, it's the exact same cat teapot. They have the same markings. Hang on, I don't want to drop one of them. Especially my granny's one, Jeannie. So, it is, teapots. It's the exact same one, and I have to be careful. I'm going to put this teapot down. Bjorg, please don't look after that teapot. My granny also had loads of cats as well. So, and it has the made in China stamp like the other one. So it's identical, it has the same little face, but it just has a different print on it. I would love to know if any of you recognise these. Like, I don't know when my granny would have had it. Obviously she would have had it pre-1988. Yeah, were these guys on sale somewhere in the 70s maybe? I have no clue. But I was just like, what are the odds? Now maybe the odds are high of finding a teapot like the cat one that's like my granny's. But to me I was like, what are the odds? And then the guy, obviously, you know, when it's car boot sailing, you don't want to look too enthusiastic when you see something, because they'll be like €10. But he saw me pick up the teapot, the cat one, and I was like, oh my god. And he was like, €2, and I didn't even haggle. I was like, yeah, €2. So now I have a little matching pair of cat teapots that's identical to my granny's. But you can see, not so much. This one here looks like it's been printed on, but if you look at my granny's one, it looks more like it's hand painted. Can you see it? Especially this side, it looks like some of the hand painted has worn off. Sorry, I'm being quite awkward because I don't want to drop them. So you never know what you'll find at the car boot. But definitely, if I also, can you see this cat one poking out? That's a Cat Kidson cat teapot, and I got that. I got that Cat Kidson one. That Cat Kidson teapot I got in. There was a Cat Kidson shop in London in is it Westfield Shopping Centre? Anyway, I was there for work, and it was like maybe 2018, and I was there for work with my day job for the day, and on my lunch break I was just rambling and I saw that teapot, and it was, I think, £50. It's kind of expensive, and I had to carry that all throughout London. I had to get back to Victoria, I had to get the Gatwick Express, and I had to take it out of a box and everything because I just had like a little backpack for a day pack, and I was like, it was going through the security thing, and I was like, oh, my teapot. It was like literally wrapped. I don't even think I had it wrapped in anything, it was just in my backpack. So yeah, it came home in one piece. So every teapot has a story. But up here, I could totally, like, that's some Disney stuff. I'm sure Lily would like that. She's at the age though where I don't want to give her anything too nice because she doesn't understand it yet. Maybe when she's a bit older, like for sentimental things. Like, I could put that up, and then I have 2 shelves. Like, I could do an Old Country Roads little collection, because all my other tea sets are very like pink. But anyway, it's like just a want, not a need. But I just thought I'd share that. What are the odds of getting that little cat teapot? I'm sure they're not worth money. There's no kind of big stamp on them, but they're worth something to me. But let me know, were they on sale somewhere like in the 70s? I'd love to know. If you have one of those cat teapots, let me know in the comments section. I wanted to do way more crafting in this video, but my brain is turned to mush. I wanted to do 2 more lampshades. I wanted to make a frilly cushion, but my expectations and reality, they're just not working with me this week. But that just means I will come back stronger and fresher in the next one. My head will be in the game, the craft game, and we can do some more proper crafting. Anyway, I'll leave links to the playlists, the DIY one or just sewing one if you want to get some inspo. Check out the living room one where we did some cushions in the sitting room. If you've made it to this part of the video, fair play to you. Cheeky thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.